It's the Krown Jewels podcast. It's the Krown Jewels podcast. If you know, you know.
It's your boy G-Mo the Great, a.k.a. King of the Hustle. Man, and you are now tuned in to the dopest podcast in the world. None other than the Krown Jewels podcast. Hey. Man. And I'm down here, man. Hey, it's cold as hell in Dallas right now. I don't know what happened overnight. What up, Candy Sweets? I see you too, friend. You dig over here on Instagram Live. You dig? We doing that. So, man, we out here live as well. Should be going live as well over here on Facebook. We doing some new stuff, new year, new me, new exposure. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get all of that in. But without any further ado, man, so I got a person in the studio with me. We gonna go all the way back to kindergarten, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All the way back, what's that, like 89 or so? I ain't gonna tell y'all my age, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell y'all my age, you know what I'm saying? But we go back way back since kindergarten, man, like sandbox days, you know what I'm saying? And this dude's always a special dude, you know what I'm saying? Always militant, you know what I'm saying? Always strong-minded, always was on this game. He was talking some stuff back in the day that it was too over my head, you know what I'm saying? And, man, let me give without any further ado, you know what I'm saying? Let me shout out my guy, Mr. DeAndre Miles in the building.
Yeah. I appreciate this, bro. You have no idea, man. Like this is real special to me right now, man. To see your dream collide with my dream, man. This is a blessing, man. I'm blessed and highly favored right now.
Oh man, I appreciate you coming through, man. Reaching out to me when you came through the Metroplex. You know what I'm saying? My bad. It's cold this weekend, dog. Like I don't know what happened. It was warm yesterday. You know
I think you could put it on me, man. I think I brought it down with me, man. It followed me all the way here.
Man, it's crazy, man. But yeah. How was that drive though?
Man, it was crazy. It's crazy, man. I'm glad to be here. Everything I set out to do, I did while down here, and including coming through, seeing an old friend. You know what I'm saying? And you showing me love right now, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Oh, that's all good, man. So yeah, back in the sandbox days, bro. Like y'all don't understand the levels of evolution we got sitting in this room. Like back from the sandbox days, I'm talking about eating juice and cookies and snack time.
Yeah, man.
All the way up to middle school rapping, high school rapping. Man, what was your worst rap name?
Don't even get me man. What was that group we had, bro? What was the name of the group we had? I just had it, man. Oh my goodness! But man, you said it all, bro. Like since day one, man. Like we playing first day of school on the bus stop, waiting on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's that's what it was, bro. What was it? Deadly Sins.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That was some Deadly Sins.
You just threw me up, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the Taco Bell hallway at Western Groves High School. The acoustics used to hit so hard in that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's crazy, man. I forgot Deadly Sins, dog. I think that's when I used to rap like Twister or something back in the day.
Yeah, man. Look, and your man was E40. Mine was always Scarface. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy, dog. So man, I know you you left the Lou like I did, man. You left before I did. You know what I'm saying? Where have you been located so far throughout the country?
Man, I've been bouncing around, man. I actually did nice little stint down here in Dallas, so I'm well familiar with the Dallas area. Learned a lot of things, man. Like first of all, I had to get my hustle game up. I thought I had the hustle. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was an entrepreneur, but Dallas put me to the test, and I didn't fail too horribly, but I had to bring up my game, man. Dallas taught me a lot of new things, showed me a lot of new avenues that were out there to take, and to get this money, man. Like coming from where we come from, and having little nothing or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, a lot of us fall into that trap of you know, feeling or thinking that that's all that there is, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's so much more out here, and so yeah, Dallas showed me a lot. But then I went back to St. Louis for a minute, but you know, I quickly realized, you know, that St. Louis didn't have enough for me no more. You know what I'm saying? My ambitions, my goals, my dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like it could only take me so far in St. Louis, man. So like now I'm located in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and yeah, man, I'm making money moves down there, man. Like this, you know, that's my home right now, man.
All right, that's a word, man. Coming from where we come from, man, and seeing a lot of people who don't make it out, you know what I'm saying, and seeing a lot of people who don't get the opportunity to grow or to follow suit with their dreams, you know what I'm saying. I definitely see you doing a lot of those things, Doc. So this is definitely an opportunity to give you your flowers, you know what I'm saying, because we got to do that more while we here and can sit down with each other and appreciate each other, you know what I'm saying, before we start hashtagging each other, you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So, I'm gonna jump a little bit around here. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. I'm gonna jump into this segment I like to have on the show called News to Me. This week, man, and a little bit about News to Me. News to Me is just an opportunity where we can just chop it up a little bit about some of the current topics. One of the biggest current topics that's going on right now is that Trump allegedly, or well, ain't no alleged to it, but Trump went ahead and dropped some bombs over on Iran, killing one of their top generals, man. And now we're talking about possibly going into war. What you feel about that, man?
It's a long time coming. You know, what's going on right now is it's a drop in the bucket of what's to come. You know, a lot of problems throughout the world, you know, not just the U.S. or whatnot, is based, rooted in the fact that we've become way too, you know, we've become these super consumers. And, you know, at this point, you know, there's not enough producers. So, you know, there's water wars going on that, you know, they're not, you know, you're not seeing on your 5 o'clock news. There's food shortages and deserts or whatnot, what they call them, that's going on throughout the country and the world or whatnot that you're not seeing on your 5 o'clock news. And, you know, this is all escalating into a situation where it's become a national security situation. And, you know, we got to find some way to go and light the kindle, you know, to get things popping or whatever. And I think that's, you know, that's what this was or whatever. Like, you know, the assassination of their leader was simply a way to move on some more resources. You know what I'm saying? Move on, you know, and it's benefiting, you know, the everyday American, you know, and it's so much more in the backgrounds on this type of stuff or whatever that, you know, that goes above and beyond our knowledge and so I think it's just, you know, there's more to come. There's definitely more to come.
Yeah, I feel that. We need to get Trump about that.
Yeah, definitely.
So we need to send Sally Mae over there to snatch him up.
Yeah.
She locate him and get him out. But I totally agree, man. I couldn't have said it better. It's definitely a setup for more to come, and definitely outside of our reach as the normal consumer or the normal community. Definitely outside of our reach of what's going on. It's way deeper and been planned probably months ago, you know, years ago to go down this way. So, you know what I'm saying? What you do got to know about America and the government is that it's definitely strategic. But I'm going to leave that there so they don't try to interrupt my live feed real quick.
Right. Get shut down real fast.
Right. But, man, I can't, I gotta allow you to, you know what I'm saying, let the people who listening know, like, who you are, what you really do. Because, I mean, you making some boss moves, bro, that's crazy. And I've been talking to you for probably, like, the last hour before we started recording. Yeah. And I've been trying to, like, play chess on certain things not to say because I want to unpack some of this.
Yeah, man. You know, it's like you said, man, I'm just making boss moves, man. I think, I think Cardi B said it best, man. You know, I'm trying to make these money moves. I don't dance no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and in my situation, it was, you know, dancing for the man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm taking that power back, and I'm investing it in myself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so when I moved to Tulsa, I started acquiring land and property, and I have a half-acre farm.
Hold on. Before you said, let me applaud that right there. Just acquiring land and property.
Yeah,
you gotta salute that, because that's bossing itself right there. You know what I'm saying?
It was about that time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we not, you know, we ain't in that sandbox no more. You know what I'm saying? It's time to grow up and take care of responsibilities and do our thing. So I got bought a half-acre farmland from the county, and if you would, I want to go into that a little bit. A lot of folks don't realize or understand, no matter what city or state you're in, the same thing applies like everywhere, whatnot. So you have these foreclosed or tax lien properties and or forfeiture seizure properties that you can acquire from your local government that may have been taken during a drug raid, or may have been taken due to somebody falling behind on their taxes or whatnot, that you can get for pennies on the dollar.
Okay.
So that was one of the situations, you know, first and foremost I love about Tulsa is, you know, some of their programs like that are amazing up there. And man, I came in and you know, I was blessed to swoop in and grab a half-acre up for little or nothing. I won't let you in my pockets or nothing like that, or whatnot. Tell you what I got, because when I flip it, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? It might be a potential investor out there that might want to buy it and everything. I don't want them to feel like they got cheated or nothing. So I bought that, and I bought that while still staying in an apartment. And I'm like, wait a minute, we got to do something about this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I now have a half-acre, you know, of land and everything, and I'm still staying in an apartment. Originally, we wanted to build on the property itself, or not a house, but ran into some red tape with the city and everything. So we ended up buying another quarter-acre piece of property or whatnot, with a house and everything, and excellent black realtor. We went through and so now we have altogether 3/4 of an acre that we farm, man.
What's that feeling like, bro? Like when you got that first piece of land and they hand you the paperwork to saying that's yours, what was going through your mind?
I thought buying my first car at 17 and having a title in my hand was everything, until you know, I bought this first piece of property and I got a deed in my hand, bro. Like it's no fee, no feeling greater, you know. It's mine, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Long as I keep up my taxes, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's lit, man. I ain't gonna lie. So tell me about your business, though. You know what I'm saying? Because that's So my bad, not to cut you out right there, but like, so I learned a lot more about who I am, where I came from, and the things that I wanted to leave behind, or what my legacy wanted to be. And going along with that was also things about finding proper things to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's when all the GMO talk was coming about. And one of the things I was like, damn, like even if you buy it from the grocery store, you don't know what you really eating. They could put a label on anything and tell you. I was like, until you grow it and see it yourself, you just don't know if you eating healthy or not. You know what I'm saying? And of course, scrolling through, you know, you go to school with people, y'all get out of school, everybody lose touch because everybody got these different paths that they got to go down. Right. But I kept an eye on your path, bro, because I looked up and what some people may be like, oh, that's crazy, or I don't see the value in it. I seen you on the farm, cutting wire, putting chicken coops together. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, my dude on to something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, I'm seeing the branding and I'm seeing you put it up and you selling. So I don't want to tell too much. 'Cause I got to have you to tell this story. Like, what was your mind frame when you started your business?
So, and you kind of touched on it when introducing me and whatnot. You know, I've always been that militant type, always in the books. You know, always about Black empowerment. And you know, so this is something that I've always wanted to do. I've always been a lover of nature. My grandfather had 19 acres in Fulton, Missouri, and you know, it was the typical, in a lot of senses, situations where, you know, just not knowing, not having a proper knowledge that he went under with his farm, and so, like, you know. So at the same time I'm buying this property, a couple things happened. First, I lost my grandfather, Carl Miles, may he rest in peace, to cancer. That was 2015. And then the following year, I lost my mom to cancer, Belle Carroll.
Hey, R.I.P. Mom.
And that was all a you know, wake up call for me or whatever, that, you know, this idea, this dream of mine or whatever is something bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? It's something that needs to happen, not only for myself and my family or whatnot, but also for our community at large. And so then that's when, you know, we you know, dedicated our business operation, our farming operation to my mother, and named after her. And Belle's Barn and Garden was created.
All right, that's what's up, man. All right, that's dope, though. You know what I'm saying? And just the fact, man, like, I talked about it. I was like, man, I'm going to have me a farm. But I'm like, man, I ain't finna really get out there, though. You know what I'm saying? But to see you out there hands-on, like, really cutting this, feeding the animals, really, you know what I'm saying, growing stuff, man, like, that's super dope, man. And that's, like, definitely something needed for the culture, you know, because I think somewhere along the way, transitioning from our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, we got away from farming, you know what I'm saying, we got away from using our hands,
and we can't really blame them.
Yeah, you can't, you know what I'm saying, and so we definitely got away from it, and I feel like it's becoming something that's lost that we need to bring back, because I mean,
absolutely,
you go to any urban city, any inner city area, and on every corner, you got something unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a Church's Chicken, it's a Little Caesars, it's you know what I'm saying, some grocery store that's not that good for you compared to when you go to the suburban areas. You know what I'm saying? They got all the Whole Foods, the Trader Joe's, Chick-fil-A's. You know what I'm saying? And there's something I think we definitely need to take back, is we need to get this poison out of our communities. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. And you know, I talked a little bit earlier about the food deserts. They're in everybody's backyard right now. It's a real epidemic, and that we need to start paying attention to, especially in the Black community. You know, like you said, it's all about the, you know, they're gonna give us the processed foods or whatnot. We're still getting the scraps like we used to back in the slave days. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we got to take that power back. We got to empower ourselves to do better, live better, and you know, a lot of that starts with our diet. You know, these kids wilding out or whatnot. You know, studies have shown, you know, and traced it back to, you know, whether they're eating right or eating at all or whatnot in their households or whatever, has been the cause a lot of the times or whatnot to the behaviors that these teachers and counselors are having to deal with every day in these classrooms. And you know, it's you know, like I said, I can understand, you know, why we got away from it. I understand the trauma that's attached to it.
Yeah.
But there's also some healing and overcoming it with getting back to the earth and just letting it do what, you know, getting back to doing what we should be doing naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like the actual oldest profession. We often, you know, folks joke that the oldest profession is prostitution and stuff like that. The actual oldest profession is farming. Yeah. God gave Adam a garden to tend, and that was the oldest profession known to man or whatnot, and you know, so we're meant to do this, you know, and we gotta take that back.
So I did hear that you say, you know, it's kind of therapeutic. So I know with you having so many losses, like around the same time, was this definitely something that was therapeutic to help you through those processes?
Oh man, therapeutic doesn't even describe it, man. Like uh, during that same time, I started my walk of faith, and I was called to do ministry, and so you know, man, it was just like a trifecta of things going on during this time, man. But where I'm at now, spiritually, emotionally, I owe it all to gardening and farming, man. Like it's it has a healing power like none other, man. Like there's nothing that's gonna bring you closer to God, in my opinion. Being out there every day and seeing His will and His work, every second of the day or whatnot. Just, you know, one day, you know, there's a bald spot, and the next day there's a blade of grass. You know what I'm saying? Like it's amazing, you know. And we don't need to do nothing but be shepherds of what he's given us. You know what I'm saying?
It was wild though, man. I was just listening to you saying you got into ministry. And that's wild as full circle, because I remember
full circle.
I remember we rapped. Your rap name was Minister D.
Yeah,
way back in the day. You know, that's full circle.
Yo, it's you know, and man, like my great grandmother, she used to like see that anointing on my life way before I could, of course, and you know, always, you know, said that I would be a preacher. You know, and you know, growing up, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what she talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but yeah, I'm a ordained deacon at this point, and you know, if you know, God sees fit to call me to do move further up in ministry, I'm more than willing. It's been an amazing journey, man. Like it was perfect timing. Like God makes no mistakes. He knew I would need him before I knew I would need him. Not only during that trying time, but you know, just throughout my life, man. Now looking back, I can see how he's worked with me, because you know, I was headed down the wrong path a lot of times, you know, and I couldn't tell you, you know, what pulled me back or what sent me in a different direction. Yeah. You know, well, yeah, I can. Let me take that, and like you said, let's give flowers to those that, you know, deserve them while they're still with us. I had a mentor, Tony Brown. You know, I remember I was working under the table. I hope the feds ain't listening. And my first job, I was actually working two jobs. I was doing roofing, and I was working at this fish restaurant at 13. Still going to school, still playing sports or whatnot. And, you know, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest, man. I was out there in the streets and you know, doing things that I shouldn't have or whatnot, when my mentor, Tony Brown, who had a restaurant, a fish restaurant, man. Like, you probably remember it, the Fish Factory on Union and, what was that, Union and, Natural Bridge, kind of off of Natural Bridge. Yeah, man, like, and you know, I thank God for him, because, you know, my first paycheck, I got paid every week. My first paycheck was $800 cash money, because, of course, I'm working under the table and whatnot, and that set me on a whole different trajectory, man. I'm telling you, like, because, you know, if it wasn't him showing me that $800, it'd have been, you know, some drug dealer, you know what I'm saying, right, that like, yo, look, you can make this much or whatnot, you know, doing this or whatnot. But he beat him to the punch and showed me how I can make this money, and man, it was so empowering to see a black man in power and over his own destiny in the form of entrepreneurship. With this restaurant that he had, and then meanwhile he had his hand in a few other ventures at the same time or whatever, that, you know, he showed me the ropes on and everything, and it just inspired me, man, and I'm like, yo, there's another way, and he showed me that, and I thank God for him, man.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man, and that's something that I feel like we done lost, you know what I'm saying, over the years, the OGs to step in and help, you know what I'm saying, the young guys do what they got to do. But, you know what I'm saying, so shout out, you said Tony Brown?
Tony Brown,
shout
man.
Out to Tony Brown.
Down
man.
in Houston now these days, man. Like, there's my guy, man.
Yeah. So at Belle's, man, what kind of products you have right now?
We mainly our main source of income is produce and poultry, poultry products. So we sell everything from the eggs. We sell honey, fruits, vegetables, nuts. Man, you name it, man. We're steady adding to the menu. And one of the things we're starting to get off into this year is a lot of content, and that we're hoping to also put up and because you asked the question, how do we get back to getting out there with nature and working the soil with our hands and everything else or whatnot. Well, it's about knowledge. So one of the things that brings me down here to Dallas this weekend is I was actually meeting with my editor, getting ready to drop an ebook, and so hopefully
shout out to that, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get past that first hurdle, that first obstacle that eliminates most of us from the race, and that's knowledge. So I want to share a little bit of knowledge with folks that's willing to seek the light. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we need to put something together, man. I need to get a bus or something. We bring some people up there and come out on the land and form with you or something.
Oh yeah, definitely,
some
man.
kind of therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? Set
Absolutely.
up or something. So I'm gonna edit that out, so you know what I'm saying. People don't steal my ideas. Yeah. But yeah, so that's dope, man. So what are we expecting next then?
Yeah, so this ebook will be dropping February 1st. Is the soft launch date. Man, being right here on Krown Jewels, baby, is the official tour, the launch of the tour. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Come that book. We need that. Get that book to sell. You know what I'm saying?
It's called a credit. Feed Your Desire, and basically, it's about just empowering. Yourself to make that next move or whatnot. You don't even have to apply it to farming or whatever. Like I think it's some things in this learning manual that you can apply to any situation or entrepreneur idea that you may have or whatever, and run with it with that.
Yeah. That's dope, man. It's like some kind of motivation book. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that.
It's part motivational, part step by step guide to showing you how I got started with the farming and just to show you how easy it is, man. Like it could be a frightening idea or whatever, and it's not for those that like to sleep in. I can tell you that much or whatever. You gonna do some work. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, when it drop, man, hit me up. We definitely gonna bring it back on the show. If we got to do a Skype session, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure you get that promo, and we gonna push that hard as we can. You know,
I appreciate that, man.
That's all love,
man. The admiration is mutual, man. Like again, like I said, just seeing your dream and my dream, in this moment in time or whatnot, man, it's just powerful, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
Used to be trading Ninja Turtles.
This is crazy, man. And man, I can't thank you enough for having me on, man. To just share with the world a little bit about what I've done to overcome, man. Like and I hope that they take from this that they too can overcome or whatnot and do more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what Krown Jewels about, though, man. Definitely about showing showing love to my underdogs who came up. You know what I'm saying? Showing love that we got some real strong figures that don't get enough shine. You know what I'm saying, in our communities, and I definitely get that to you, man. As far as like being a strong figure that no matter what you doing something that's typically unpopular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but doing it successfully, which makes it popular. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So definitely have to show some recognition to that, dog. That's super dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and again, I just want to emphasize just how much is needed for the folks out there listening and watching. Right now, we have 2 million farmers around the world feeding 8 billion people.
Man,
Like put that in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 million to feed 8 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's only gonna get harder. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna get realer. We spoke about Trump. One of the things Trump did at the top of the year is cut food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know, it's gonna get hard, and it don't have to be hard. You just have to be prepared. You have to be educated, and you have to do what's needed to survive or whatnot. You know, our people have always been great. We have always pushed hard, and the face of adversity, and you know, we just got to get to that point where we're putting that pressure on ourselves, and stand in the pocket and get ready for what's to come.
yeah. Man, you got to sign me up, man. I think in February, man, I want to officially go on and start juicing. So
Okay.
I'm going to have to make that drive, man, and come get some fresh stuff, you know what I'm saying? So kick it off right.
We definitely have what you need for that, man. Like I've that's one of my huge things. My partner in this venture, Martrisa Allums, has been outstanding, and showing me a whole bunch of the foodie side of the things. You know, like she's a vegan, so you know we're not only living, we're not only doing this, but we're living what we're talking about and everything. I haven't got to the point where I can go full vegan yet. I still love me a steak. You know what I'm saying,
bro? Like I did it for about 6 months, lost a bunch of weight. It was cold, but man, I went to Wingstop, got them lemon pepper wings, and it was over. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't turn the wing down yet.
I got the man. I make a killer barbecue pork steak, bro. Like I can't give it up yet, man.
They don't be having them pork steaks in the South, bro. I ain't found none, man.
Man, that's crazy, man. Like yeah. So you know, she's been showing me, you know, just that aspect of it, and what those groups are seeking, and what they desire, and like you said, the smoothies and just the different meal plans or whatnot. So we're starting to grow a lot of stuff that you know, those type of individuals can be a one-stop shop, you know, for them or whatever, to supply their, you know, their next meal and everything or whatever. So you know, shout out to my partner, man. Like she, you know, she does her thing or whatever. She, you know, definitely is outstanding in this business and everything or whatnot. She's come in, and I had a dream, and she's come in and added to the dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas, you know, you can put certain people in your life and or your situation, and that, you know, will take from you versus, you know, adding some type of value, and but that has definitely not been the case, man. She has definitely been a great partner, and yeah, man, we're going full forward, man. We're going even harder in 2020.
Now with my entrepreneurs who listening to this, man, my question is, have you made it full time, and if you did, at what point were you able to make your transition into full time?
So 2019 was my first year going full time with the business, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a leap of faith, but I know my character, I know my drive, and you know, anything I do, I know I'm gonna do it 100%, or I'm not gonna do it at all. And I just knew if I can get up every day to go work for the man, I can get up and do this for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's and I just felt, devalued working for others, and I just felt that I could do more in my own business venture than the go the next 20 years until retirement and
Yeah.
for somebody else or whatever. I know I can make it, man.
And that's crazy, man, because like being a beginning stage entrepreneur myself, I've taken days off of work before and dedicated that full 8 hours into my business and saw so much potential and growth just from putting that full amount of time into my business. And it make you think twice about like, damn, why am I coming in every day making somebody else rich?
Yep.
When if I apply the same pressure onto my own thing, I could be there. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I would tell you, while I was working 8 hours for them, I was thinking about what I could be doing with my own business. Like, no lie, man, I'm taking notes. I'm stopping, production of their business or whatnot, because I gotta stop and wait a minute. This idea just came to me. Let me write this down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so I'm daydreaming on their clock anyway. You know what I'm saying? And why not? Why keep dreaming versus getting out here and make it a reality? And I'm not gonna lie to you. Initially, I went from just full time with the company I was with down to part time, while doing full time on my business, until the point that I'm like, I'm finna just go full time with my business. So you got to do what works for your situation. I don't want people going out and giving up their bread and butter, and thinking they finna make some bread and butter, and it don't work out or whatever. Like you gotta do what works for you.
Yeah, and that's dope though, man. Like I definitely see me. Hey, I hope ain't nobody listening, but hell, I definitely see me making my exit out of corporate. I don't know if I could do it for too much longer, dog. Like
I couldn't do it, man.
You get to a certain point as a man where you like, I don't know. And granted, this ain't no knock to nobody who in corporate America. Because,
absolutely not.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all about following your dream. Your dream may be inside of corporate America.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So no knock to that, you know what I'm saying, at all. But I know some of the things that I want, some of the avenues I want to chase, being in the industry that I'm in is not the industry that some of the things I want to chase is located. You know what I'm saying? So I know I can see myself doing that, you know what I'm saying, as well. But that's dope though, man. Like to finally wake up that one morning and you be like, I'm gonna press my own clock. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my own thing. Well, I'm gonna take a break when I'm ready to take a break.
You know what? I'm not even there to press my own clock, because my roosters do that. my roosters do that, man. Hey, yo, hey, the sun's up. It's time to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And they crowing and stuff, and so I still don't have control over my clock. You know what I'm saying? But it is, man. I love it.
Was the registration of the farm a difficult process?
No. The short answer is no to that, but the long answer, I was forced into a registration process sooner than I wanted to or would have liked to, only because there was haters. Let's say, we gotta call them out. People start seeing your success and see you doing well for yourself or whatnot, and for the lack of skill or whatever their motivation, feel the need to try to pull you down. The one thing I say about Oklahoma is they have an excellent agricultural lobbyist group. You know what I'm saying? So what Big Ag is lobbying OKC, out in OKC or whatnot at the Capitol building for this or that or whatnot. They make sure to mention us little farmers, and I gotta say, man, I've benefited a lot from some of the stuff that these folks with the real money or whatnot have lobbied these politicians for and everything. So No, the process ain't hard at all. Again, you want to check with your local and state laws, even your federal laws, no matter what your business venture is, before you set out and look into that type of stuff first. And these days, man, it's so simple, man. Like it's usually a click on the internet, or I highly doubt that you gotta make too many phone calls these days, man. It's usually all right there online for you. And lay it out plain and simple.
So I'm at this point, I'm gonna shift gears just a little bit. We're gonna keep it on you, but drop your info for Belle's Farm and Barn. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they check your logo.
Belle's Barn and Garden. That's the T-shirt.
Hit this camera over here until we global.
Yeah, you got to market yourself everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So Belle's you can get us at our website, Belle's Barn Garden .wixsite.com/Turley, or you can we're on Belle's_Barn on Twitter. You can follow us, and the book will be. Well, we're gonna have a link to the book come February 1st on our website page, and it's gonna be under the Barn tab. So look for that. But yeah, that's the website is Belle's Barn Garden .wixsite.com/Turley, and then we're on Twitter, Belle's_Barn, and yeah, man, follow us, hit us up. You got questions, I encourage you to just start. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. Just start it, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Fam, I got the eggs in the whip, bro. I'm finna whip some omelets like crazy tonight, man.
Hey, my man is gonna let you know that these eggs
I'm about to go buy some
deal.
brownies as soon as we leave here, just to whip them in.
Yeah, my man got a dozen, you know what I'm saying, and he's gonna let you know. I welcome the feedback, you know what I'm saying, but because I'm a little biased, so of course they great to me, you know what I'm saying.
Right. But what I want to also talk about, man, you've been a hustler since the beginning, man. Selling candy in school, all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I remember back in the day, man, I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact I purchased a couple of beats from you before.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Is the production company still going?
Yeah, we still got Score for Life Entertainment as well. That was my very first baby, man. Like registering, like my very first registered business, I'm gonna say, because like you said, I've been, entrepreneur like all my life, man. Like But Score for Life Entertainment is still, in fact, an entity. We're doing right now. We're just doing production requests and selling beats here and there, whatever. We're not full-fledged in it like we used to. I used to be in everything, man. The game a little saturated, man.
Yeah.
I'm losing my taste for it a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit like Nas, man. Like it's dead, man. Like this is dead for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
man, the game changed.
Yeah,
bro.
like and then I still have the subsidiary Miles Media that we do websites, logos, QR codes. Man, set up email accounts. You ain't hip to even doing that. And then on my websites, there's links to the portfolio, so you can find my other business and business ventures links on them as well. So yeah, man.
Hey, so to all my entrepreneurs listening, man. Hey, one-stop shop. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? Go over there, get. I know for a fact I done bought a beat. I done bought a logo. I got some eggs today. It's going down, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is my man's, man.
So, you know what I'm saying? But support those other business ventures, and you know what I'm saying? Check them out. I know a lot of my fellow podcast people who are starting up, you know what I'm saying, or just getting off the ground or whatever, they always asking me about where to go to find beats, where to go to find logos, where to go to find voiceovers, whatever you're looking for. Hey, definitely hit up, you know what I'm saying, my guy here. You know what I'm saying?
I've always been quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? Like with Belle's Barn and Garden, everything is 100% organic. I don't mean this you know so-called organic that they're trying to throw in your face and get you as a marketing employee. We don't do any pesticides, hormones. We don't do any antibiotics. We don't do any commercial feeds. Our birds are pasture raised. They run day and night, free range.
My bad, man. Not to interrupt you. Shout out my boy DeMarco Gordon. You know what I'm saying? Just chimed in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Told us to keep up the good work. Shout out my guy, man. That was my dude, man.
Yeah, man. He been supporting me, man. He been hollering at me about this honey, man. I'm gonna get that honey to you, man. I swear, bro. I swear, I ain't forgot about you, bro.
That's what's up, man. But yeah, definitely that quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? It's the way to go with that. You know what I'm saying? So man, you in my bag, did you have a specific link to your info on there as well, or is it all linked together?
Well, for the Scar for Life Entertainment is man, and forgive me, they some long links, but yeah, it's it's Scar, and for 4 is actually an IV Life ENT .wixsite.com. And so that has the Miles Media page linked to it. So yeah, that you can hit me on those as well. But yeah, man, that's what I got going on, man. I'm also looking. I'm really hoping this year is to invest in others, man. As a venture capitalist myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you said, you know how we do, man. We're networkers, you know what I'm saying? Like
all the time, man.
And so I got a ton of followers and ton of entrepreneurs that follow me and I consult with, and we bounce ideas off of and everything else or whatever, and I'm gonna start putting my money into some of these folks or whatnot to make their dreams come true or whatnot, while making me a little dime.
Yeah, I feel you. Sure, man. We're going to go ahead and close out, man. Definitely, man. Check my guy out, man. Follow him on all those pages. Show your support. Show your love. Give your comments, everything. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to roll out? It's definitely the time where I like to roll that red carpet out to you.
Yeah, well, and again, I want to thank my man, G-Mo, that's my dog, man. Like you said, we go way back. Definitely, man. Like, you have trouble with them links, man. Just go on and Google them as well or whatnot.
For sure, I'm gonna put them links in my comments as well underneath the video and the podcast, so we'll make that real easy for you.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I thank all you guys for taking the time out and supporting this movement that he's put together, and taking the time out to listen to me or whatnot, my 2 cents or whatnot, I hope that it finds you in the right place, that it may do something for you in your life and impact you in a certain way or whatnot. Again, that book, the ebook will be dropping February 1st, and it's a credit, Feed Your Desire, and it's a motivational guide, it's a instructional guide. I walk you kind of through, what steps I took to start in this farming game, and if that's for you, so be it. If not, apply it to whatever it is that you're doing, and man, I hope to see you on here, plugging your business just the same someday.
Man, for sure. Again, man, definitely want to appreciate you or give you appreciation for coming out, looking me up, man, so we can go ahead and put this together. Definitely want to shout out your business. That's Belle's Barn and what is it? Belle's
Belle's
Born in
Born in
Gordon.
Gordon.
My
Yes,
bad,
sir.
man. I
Yes, sir.
try to read that real good. But yeah, we definitely want to shout that out, man. Support that black business, man, and all of that. For more information about that, if you can't find his links, definitely tune in to me. I'll get you connected. Again, it's Krown Jewels Podcast. That's Crown with a K. And we on all platforms. You could Google us. We at least the first top 10 Krown Jewels links you're going to come up with. Instagram, that's Krown Jewels Podcast. Twitter, Krown Jewels Pod. Of course, Facebook, Krown Jewels Podcast. Go join that page. If you got any things you want to send to me email-wise, we definitely Krown Jewels Podcast at gmail.com. And, man, we out this thing, man. I am G-Mo the Great, a.k.a. King of the Hustle.
Yes, sir.
And, man, this is another episode of Krown Jewels Podcast, the dopest podcast in the world. We out.